So this is slightly embarrassing, but I just looked up a bunch of dog videos of these dogs in shelters and their sad little faces after their owners have left them there. And you know, people have circumstances, and so I'm not hating on people who have had to do this, but oh, her sweet little face. I actually met Lily that way. I'd gone to this shelter. Oh, don't yawn. This is the story of how I adopted you. You're just interested in the ball. Yeah. Anyways, I had gone to this shelter, and I was originally there to see a different dog that had caught my eye online. And I went, and this other dog was brought out, and it was like jumping on the cats that they had in their entryway, and it was just incredibly high energy, and it wasn't a point in my life where I could deal with that much energy, nor probably ever. It was just a lot. So I thought, well, I'm here, I'm gonna go take a look. So I went and looked. They had a back area with just lined with kennels, and so I kind of started on one side and worked my way down. One of the dogs that caught my eye was this little pit bull, and he was just so cute. He was like propped up very properly, like up against his kennel, just looking up at you like I'm a little good boy. And oh, he was very cute. But he actually had an adoption pending, so I was happy to see that. So I kept looking, and I get to the very, very end, and there's this little black dog, and by little I mean I'm used to my parents, you know, Sadie, the yellow lab, who's probably 80, 90 pounds. That's probably high, maybe 70, 80. So I see this like 45-pound dog, so a good medium size. She's just sitting in the back, and literally definition puppy eyes, because her little eyes are just looking up at me like, I don't know who you are. I've seen a lot of people. And I know this look so well now because we live together, not to spoil the ending. And it's definitely her high stress, like anxiety, just sad puppy face. So she looks up at me, and I kind of called out to her like, "Hi, girl, you come here," you know, and kind of called her over, and she kind of slinked over to me, and then her tail began to wag a little bit, and I thought, maybe I'll check this one out. So I asked I think it was like a Humane Society worker if I could see her. And so I took her out, and we went for a walk, and she just livened up. And, you know, what I wanted was a dog that I could handle. You know, a big dog wasn't out of the question, but I, again, was looking at that medium size. And so I took her for a walk, and she knew a few commands, which was also important. I didn't have a ton of time to do, you know, like puppy training, but I was willing to, you know, kind of be flexible. We just hit it off, and I just will never forget how she looked at me when she was in her little crate, and how sad she looked, and how literally abandoned she looked, and so I couldn't help it. And so after a little walk, I knew she was probably the one. And we put her back in the kennel, and I remember sticking my little finger through the fence and saying, "I'll come back for you." And I did. And so I think it was like a week later, I signed the papers and took my little peanut home. Her name was actually Minnie, because she actually had a brother that was at the shelter with her as well, and he was adopted, but she was not. So I think she was having some separation anxiety with, I think she was there for an additional 2 weeks after her brother was adopted. I'm glad we met, and I changed her name to Lily. Not for any particular reason, I just kind of liked it a little bit better. Yeah, doesn't it? You're so cute. So anyways, I just got caught up in watching these videos tonight and their little sad faces, and that's how I met my Lily. Was she just looked so sad. And Lily is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier / lab. I haven't actually had her DNA tested or anything, but if you look up a Staffordshire lab mix, pretty much looks like Lily. So, you know, I know there's such a stigma with pit bulls, and, you know, every dog has pros and cons. And yes, there are aggressive pit bulls. Obviously, they're in the media for a reason, but if you're looking for a dog, like, give them a shot. I mean, don't generalize them, because she is just the sweetest dog. She cuddles, she plays, she spoons. She's really, really good, and she's really careful with other dogs. And I mean, she's high energy too, but she does know her limits, and so they are trainable. I think it's a lot of how you raise a dog and the care that you give to them. So anyways, I'm like, I have makeup and I look probably terrible because I was like tearing up over these videos. But that's the story of how I met my little Lily, and we've been through a lot together. We lived in a house, and then we lived in an apartment together, which was a transition for both of us. We spent a lot of time cuddling and being there for each other in my transition in life. And then I bought the house that we're in now, and it's been 2 years, and she's just my best bud. It's been a special journey, and so I just randomly started talking, and I guess I shared with you how I met my Lily. But yeah, hope all you Frosty lifers are doing great. Things have been a little bit slower around here, but spring is hopefully coming soon. I've been eager to run outside, and it's finally warming up where I can, you know, the streets are dry and there isn't ice and snow, so I can probably get my training going on outside instead of just inside. So that's it. We'll see you guys later. Bye. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine.